All right, what's up, guys? Not much. As you can see, we got a lot of parts in the mail within like a week. Probably did not need to spend this much money and get all this stuff within like 3 days, but if deals come, you gotta get it. That's kind of how it works with car parts. If you see a deal, you gotta get it. So, all right, let's go ahead and let's unbox a lot of this stuff and go over what all I got. And our first part. This is what started the issue. So, got this manifold. I wasn't even looking for a manifold, to be honest with you guys, because I was gonna just weld one up myself. But the problem was, it's more like I got so good of a deal on this, I couldn't even make this manifold for this price, let alone, I mean, like, even if I just brought the pieces, not including the welding, no nothing. And the welding looks, you know, I mean, I'm not saying, let's say dude can weld pretty good. The manifold was brand new. I really couldn't have done much better on the, I mean, I probably couldn't have done much better myself, to be honest with you. Wastegate positions are all right. I'm hoping. I really didn't want a twin scroll because I was gonna do a open T4 because I already had a precision turbo, but now I have a twin scroll manifold because I was just like, well, for the price, I said, even if it doesn't fit or if I can't find a turbo for it, I'll just toss the manifold. That's literally how cheap I got this. So I was like, all right, well, we got our turbo manifold, but then I was like, well, shit, now I need 2 gates because I was only planning on running a 60 millimeter tile gate, but I was like, well, shoot, now I need 2 gates. I need another turbo. All right, so I was like, well, let's just go on the search for some gates because I need to figure out the gates so I can probably get the wastegate tubing welded up. So next part. So my next problem, I'm looking for twin gates. I'm trying to find used gates because I'm not trying to spend a lot of money. I was like, I got the manifold for a great price, but I said, let me just find 2 used gates, hitting up a couple people, a couple shops in the local area, a couple shops. He said, look, man, if you buy everything, I'll give you everything off half price. I was like, well, hold on. I was like, well, can you throw a wastegate? I mean, a blow off in there for half price? He was like, yeah, I got 2 blue ones I'm trying to get rid of. They're brand new. They're still in the box. I was like, all right. I was like, well, look, man, can you throw a wastegate in there too? He was like, yeah. So got basically all this for half price. I didn't want to spend this much money, but for the price for everything new, and this is all tile stuff right here. And 2, he had the blue, and I guess even better, it matches my car. So even better. So now we got all this stuff. So then I was like, well, I guess, you know, the next thing I got to do, I got to find like a turbo that I got to fit or something I got to run because I'm not really too sure. So next thing. And our next picture. So once again, probably, you know, got the turbo in the mail. Did not need this big of a turbo. This thing is freaking huge. Twin scroll on the back half. So this is probably way overkill for my setup. This is the board, the S369. Did not need this big of a turbo, but once again, was scrolling around, found a hell of a deal on a brand new one. So I was like, well, I guess I'll go ahead and get this too. I guess it's not a big deal if you get too big of a turbo because that just means you're gonna have to spend it up even higher. So if we were shooting for lower numbers, now we're just gonna have to push it even higher, I guess now. So pick the turbo up, and you guys gotta remember, this is all within like 2 days. So I'm kind of like, do I really need a turbo? Like I just brought the manifold, I just brought the wastegate, just got the blow off valve. I found the turbo. I was like, I guess, right? So this is our turbo we'll have. But now the only thing is, and then 2, I'm sitting here ordering all this stuff. I don't even know if this is gonna fit. So like, I'm like, well, I guess I'll just make it work. Because I'm like, I had the manifold. I hadn't seen the manifold on the car yet. So I was like, is this even gonna fit? But I guess we'll find out in a couple minutes. So I don't know. We'll see. Here's the turbo. And then the next thing and next piece. So literally, I'm telling you, like literally 44 minutes later, after purchasing a turbo that I didn't know fit and didn't know if it was going to fit the manifold, didn't know if the manifold fit my car. I saw this online. A guy was parting out his build. He's like, put my car together. And then he was like, I did like 3 pulls. It's got dyno time on it. And I did 3 pulls, went to the track, split my block. So I just said, get imparted out. So now we have a competition twin disc clutch with literally dyno time on it and a couple pulls. And then the car basically just popped. So I was like, you know, dude, I have a competition 5 in the car right now. I mean, this competition stage 5, but the power level we were looking at making now with the turbo and the manifold that I have now, I'll probably overpower that clutch. So now I'm like, well, shoot, now if I just go buy 1,000 horsepower clutch, I should be good, right? So I didn't need this again, but for the price he was selling it for, I mean, he was like a couple $100. I was like, I didn't need it. So I was like, but he just posted it up like 10 minutes ago. So I knew he still had it and he had it at a good price. I was like, screw it. So purchased the twin disc literally 45 minutes later. So next. All right. So then literally the next day, I'm scrolling around Facebook Marketplace. I see a guy post up an RBC for sale. I was like, he's like, yeah, I got the throttle body and a fuel rail. But it didn't have like a picture of it. It just had like a stock picture of an RBC throttle body. And he had it up for $150. So I was like, he's probably running a stock throttle body and then like a stock fuel rail and the RBC for $150. So I said, well, $150 for an RBC, that's about, you know, what they sell for. So I was like, well, let me just hit him up, see if he's got pictures of it. If it's new, you know, maybe I'll clean it up and, you know, if it's new, I'll try to shave it down and maybe we'll find some stuff for it. But he sends me the pictures of it. And it's got a brand new K20 throttle body on the end of it. And it has a fuel rail with it. So I was like, well, for $150, I guess we're going to pick it up. So I met the guy, picked it up. So $150 for K20 throttle body, RBC, and the fuel rail. This doesn't have the ends I need, but I just need to purchase some ends. But for the price, guess I'll get that too. So our next thing, so literally on the way home from picking up this, I see a guy, my boy texts me. He's like, hey man, a guy just posted some. You should pick these up. I think they fit your car. I was like, I really don't need drag radials. But I was like, how much he's asking? $100. I said, sold. So got a set of drag radials for the MR2 and they were in the right size. So 275, 50/15s. So got a set of drag radials now. I do not have wheels for the MR2 yet. I will not be purchasing wheels this week. I'm probably gonna wait a while. We need to take a break from spending money for a little bit. So yeah, once we find some wheels, we'll go ahead and get these mounted up. I'm not really too sure what kind of wheels I want to go with yet. I'm pretty sure I want to go with a 15x8, but as far as like what style or whatever, I'm really not too sure. So I think though I really want to do black wheels. I want to do black wheels on the MR2. I didn't want to do like the polished look. I'm trying to find a deal on some welds. If somebody has some weld wheels they want to give me a discount on, let me know. But yeah, so this is the last item, and then, well, no, this is not the last item. I got one more thing. Let's go and grab that too. And last but not least, we got some cheap intercooler piping. Should get the job done. It comes with way more than I needed, but I had already brought everything else. So I was just like, screw it. Let's just get the intercooler piping so we can get to work. Now the issue is I got a lot of work to do. So let's go ahead and, let's really just go see if this the turbo manifold and the turbo fits, because that's my main concern, because if that does not fit, we're screwed. And we have the turbo manifold on. It fits good in here. Wastegates look like they clear. Look at that paint match. Doesn't that look pretty close? I like that. I like that. I like that. All right, so wastegates are in. It looks like everything's gonna clear, but we still got a good amount of room here. So, I mean, it is a little close here. I am worried about that, but I don't know. It looks like it should clear. Let's go ahead and let's grab the turbo now and let's see how everything fits. I think I might need to clock it because it's probably not clocked right, but let's go ahead and take a look at that. Oh, snap. It fits. Just barely. Got the intake manifold on there too. That looks really good. I'm gonna like that in there. It's not on there very good, but it's only held in there with one boat. But look at the fitment. This thing's freaking huge. So, it fits in here. Let's see if I can back y'all up. So, yeah, this thing's freaking huge. I guess as far as piping, this can still rotate. So, obviously I can see we have an issue down here. Can you guys see down there? Yeah. So that's coming out that way and that's coming out that way. But if I twist that down and if I cut this wall out, I think we'll be able to spin this turbo, you know, back some so it'll come like this way out. So I haven't cut the firewall out yet, obviously, but it does fit. It's pretty close. I don't know if that's gonna be a heat issue or not, but it does fit. That thing is freaking huge, dude. So I guess we'll see what we can do here, but it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, so I think we're good. This should clear. Wastegate should come down. That doesn't have any issue. Or we can try to run them out of the trunk. I don't know. I mean, they both are facing in that direction, though. That's another thing about this. So both of the wastegates are facing this way. So we could come the wastegates out of the trunk if we want to. This is what I really was worried about, was the exhaust. Because, I mean, we could go out and up, you know. But wouldn't it be 10 times cooler to run it through the trunk? You know, so I think we're looking good in here. We can do a pretty good, you know, maybe like a 90 or something. I might need a longer 90 to get around that curve or something. I don't know. We'll see. So if we kind of 90 out, come straight back, blow through the back of the car. But I'm just so hyped. Everything fits. And this turbo is way too big for the setup, but it looks good. So that's all that matters. As long as it looks good, does what it's supposed to do, I think we'll be okay. Yeah, I mean, woo-wee. We give that a spin, you know. Woo. I like that, man. That's gonna look real good. Yeah, this is really gonna work. The only problem is, man, the turbo's freaking huge. So, I guess intercooler piping wise, we'll probably just, you know, come out of here, go to the back, and we'll probably run up here, get started on that. So, I don't know. All right, guys, just want to do an install video for you guys. Just, well, not even an install video, just really unboxing and all the bad decisions I made in a week. But everything's here, everything fits. I guess so. Let's go ahead and get on our fab work, and we're probably gonna cut this out. Didn't want to cut it out because I was trying to see what I could do, but I think it's looking like we're gonna have to cut it out. So, all right, guys, later.